yours?
Art has been around for at least 30,000 years. Charcoal is one of the oldest ways of making art that it dates back to 2,500 years ago. Oh wait, 25,000 years ago. And one of the oldest artworks is a cave that is in Africa. So the cave is called the Apollo 11 Stones. And according to Khan Academy, and charcoal has been very popular since the Renaissance. And even today, charcoal is still used to create art. This is charcoal, which makes a bunch of, basically it's a burnt piece of wood that can create different marks from dark to light. You can use the side of it, and yeah. Over the summer, I decided to take a course at the St. Louis Artist Guild to improve my art skills with charcoal. It was a figure drawing class, and that was 8 weeks long, and I feel I have very much improved my art skills since taking that class. This is also a chamois cloth, I don't know if I said that right, which is basically just an eraser. You can get this at Blick, or I believe they're also at different card places. Charcoal, according to the Met Museum of Art, is a twig of willow or vines heated to an extreme temperature without the use of oxygen. So today I'm gonna be drawing a face. So when drawing a face, you want to start with the circular shape to create your guidance lines, and then the direction of which you want the person to be looking. You also want to choose where you want your light source to come from. Today I'm going to be choosing to have my light come from this direction so it hits the face and creates a shadow where the shadow is on this side of the face. So basically I'll start marking out the different features. I like to start with the nose. To create the nose, I start creating a curved line and then add the nostril as well. And then that creates the shape of a nose. Whenever creating a face, you want to make sure that it has a dynamic lighting from the direction of the face. And then what I like to do next is create eyes. When creating eyes, an eye isn't just an almond shape like you see. It has a curve. I like creating 3 straight lines to help with the eyelid shape, because the face is made up of different segments, like shapes, different shapes, which help create the form. So I'll continue shaping out the eye. And then you have to think about the direction of the eye. So this one is this shape, but for the opposite, it's not just straight on. You have a angle which the eye isn't going to be perfectly straight on. Instead, it has a bit of a shape where it's obstructed a bit by the nose. And then the eye is also a sphere. So you want to make sure that when shading, to shade the inner corners to create that shape. I like just blending with my fingers with charcoal and then taking my chamois cloth and brightening up bits that I have made too dark. I also have this larger piece of charcoal for big shapes, because there's the forehead, which is the temple, then it breaks down. There's the cheek, lips, and then I just blend it all out to create the shape. When making lips, I like creating 2 separate like smile lines, and then I attach it by just creating 3 different shapes: the top of the lip, and then the sides. And then there's also, for the bottom lip, I don't really add much form to it, and I just create the shadow that's underneath the lip to help create the illusion of lips. And then let's work up on the eyes again. So what I will do is create the illusion of eyelids and then add in eyebrows, which I just kind of scribble them on, and then and then I continue just refining those shapes until it looks something more like this. And then I start working on hair. Hair, whenever drawing it, you don't want to just draw individual hairs. You want to create the shapes that block out the hair, so that you can make it look more realistic. Because if you have a person and it's just strings of hair like that, it's not very realistic for the organic shapes that hair creates. So I create there are different ways that you can create strands of hair. I like using S-curve shape, and then shading in the darkest area first, blending with my fingers a bit, and then going right over to create the lighter sections. So you see how the larger shapes are being now formed. And then I just start shading. So I'll remember that my light source is coming from over here, and I'll make the darker values the shapes that are more hidden to the face, hidden from the light. I also have compressed charcoal, which is a different type of charcoal. It is more consolidated instead of the vine charcoal, and it creates a darker value. Art has been something I've always done. I really enjoy creating art, and it has helped me through many years. And after taking a charcoal class, I now understand the forms of the face much better than ever before. I'll just fill in with the big charcoal shapes, blend out my finger, and yeah.
That's crazy.